Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be covering something very specific. So how social media affects the Pokemon collecting world. We're just going to cover how it affects what cards we pick up, where the interest goes, where the hype goes, and how without social media I don't really think there'd be the market that there is today. So let's kick it off. Yeah, I don't really have an intro that I can transition into, so that doesn't really work. Maybe next month, who knows. So yesterday evening I was talking to another collector on Instagram. His name is Ricky Thunder. I'll put his details right here, so please go give him a follow. He's got some amazing content with some great cards. I've dealt with him in the past, I've bought some cards off him, and a prime example of what this video is about. There's probably some cards I wouldn't own if it wasn't for his Instagram account and the cards I see on a regular basis from his posts that he makes. We're chatting away and we got onto a very interesting topic, which was how much Instagram, the community of collectors on Instagram, and all the Facebook groups, all the Facebook pages, how much of an influence that has had on the cards we've picked up, like collecting in general, how much we're collecting, what we're buying, how much we're spending. I, for one, know for sure that there's no way I would have spent nearly as much as I have if it wasn't for the fact I've got my Instagram account and I follow all these amazing collections that you see. There's so many months that goes by and I specifically say, no, I need to ease back on the spending, I've got these bills to pay for. It never happens. Never. And I believe that is simply because I have my social media account. What happens is people post their collections and you see cards that you wouldn't have seen otherwise and you're literally just like, wow, that is amazing and I need that card. You go look on eBay, oh, all of a sudden someone's got it for sale on a Facebook group or Instagram, or you find it at a good price on eBay. Next thing you know, turns up at your door. What happened? Well, Instagram happened. Same with Facebook pages. I bought cards that I just wasn't looking for, simply because I saw someone post it for sale and I was like, I really want that card, and I bought it. Yeah, the way we share these collections has had a big influence on prices, cards that are going up in value, and how much we're all spending. So the reason I know this is the case, especially for me, is it personally happened. So when Pokemon Go came out, that was when I entered the hobby originally. I was one of the Pokemon Go crazed collectors and the game came out, blew my mind, was like, this is unreal, Gen 1 Pokemon as well. And what did I do? I thought, oh, I wonder what the Pokemon cards are doing from 15 years ago at the time. I wonder if you can buy them, I wonder if they're worth anything. Hopped onto eBay, I was like, what is this? You can get Pokemon cards in cases that have been rated on their condition, and there's Charizards worth thousands of pounds. I was just like, this is amazing. I'm saving money at the moment. Why don't I put this into these cards? At least I get something I can see and look at. And then when I need the money, I can just sell it and swap it back. That was my sort of thought process at the time, and that's what I did. So at the time, my income was lower than it is now, but the prices were obviously very different. So following that, I bought some base set booster packs, and this is back in 2016. They were £30 each. Bought them off eBay, opened them, they were probably weighed. I didn't even know what weighing was at that point, just thought I had bad luck. So yeah, bought a couple of booster packs that were £30 or so. Then I moved on to some bigger buys. So the £400 roughly that I was putting away a month for savings went straight into these cards. I purchased a raw first edition Charizard for about £4.50. The month after, I bought a PSA 9 Shadowless Charizard around the same price, and the final month I bought a base set 2 booster box for, I think it was like £490, which now, as you know, are crazy prices. So when I bought these cards and the booster box, I wasn't even on the Facebook pages. I did not have an Instagram account. I didn't really know any of that existed, to be honest. So there was no social media involvement at all. And what happened was, after those 3 months, I just sort of stopped collecting. I got these items, looked at them, thought they were amazing, kind of put them away somewhere, and that was it. Kind of just forgot about it. I think I needed to actually put the money away. I was trying to save to buy a house, so that money actually couldn't be in cards, if that made sense. Probably could have, but then I'd have to sell it all. I actually didn't want to sell these items. I bought them originally thinking, I can put savings into cards, take it back out. I actually wanted to keep them. They are awesome, awesome collectibles. So that was the end of that collection. Literally came in 3 months later, I was gone. Had the products, loved them, but that was it. It was over. I didn't have any social media accounts, and I believe that meant I had no temptation. I wasn't seeing these cards that I wouldn't be exposed to normally, and that was it. Like, I could exit the hobby almost and not even think about it. Whereas now, 2019, I sort of entered the hobby again, had a bit more income, so probably made it a bit more fun. There's a lot more that I could purchase, but at the same time, prices were a lot higher. So if you think back to 2016, if I had a spare £400 or £500 that I could save each month, I could buy a base set 2 booster box every month. They're about £3,000–4,000 at the moment. I couldn't buy one of them every month now. So even though I've got more money, I probably had more buying potential back then without knowing it. But yeah, this time round, I created an Instagram account, I joined the Facebook groups, and I started sharing my collection, and I would see others. So I actually quite often saw cards that were for sale that I didn't want, and I purchased them because I thought they looked cool. I knew they were from a good set, I knew they were quite rare and worth, you know, the price that they were asking for. I was like, that looks awesome, I want it, and I'd buy it. And that is what me and Ricky sort of had a discussion about, that basically, if it wasn't for our social media accounts, we wouldn't have the collection we would have today. So the amount of times I try to cut back and not buy as much, have a month off from spending on the hobby, just doesn't happen. You'll see a card, you'll see a really good purchase, for sale at a price that you just can't ignore, and you're like, if no one else is going to buy that, I've got to take that because that is cheap. Or, oh my god, this card never comes up for sale. I've wanted it for ages. I know I said I wasn't going to buy anything, but I have to take it because I've been after that for so long. The artwork's amazing. So yeah, social media has a massive impact on collectors. Personally, if there was no Instagram, no Facebook, no way of sharing our collections, I really don't think the hobby would be where it is at today. We basically agreed that if we were to ever leave the hobby, not that I see myself doing that ever, to be honest, that we would have to delete our accounts. If there was any financial reasons why I had to leave the hobby, then yeah, I'd have to delete that Instagram account, because I just can't go on there without seeing things I want to buy. You'll see some other cards that you don't have much knowledge of, and then you're down that rabbit hole looking at that set, looking at that card, and then you find other cards in the set because you've just not explored that set before. Next thing you know, you spent £1,000 on this card, 500 on that, and that was supposed to be a month where you weren't spending any money. So yeah, just found it really interesting. I just didn't realise at all, since I've been collecting, how much social media has had an impact on the cards I buy, and in general how much I was spending. Thanks for watching, guys, really appreciate it, especially you guys who have stayed until the very end. Definitely helps. Share the video, like it, subscribe, it all helps, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you, and until next time, take care.